Man, this is gonna be a lot of talking. You guys are gonna get bored, aren't you? You'll be fine. Alright, what's going on, guys? So today I'm kind of getting ready and getting going for Rocky Mountain Race Week 2.0 that's coming up here in a little over a week. So I'm just getting the car kind of packed up, you know, kind of trying out some things of how to pack it so that it makes sense. So if I have something go down on the road, I get an idea how I want to pack it where I don't have to dig through the whole car. I'm not going to be bringing a trailer or anything like that. I just didn't have time to find a trailer for one or build one. And the other one was like get one of those little back racks that you can put on your receiver hitch of like your truck or your car, and you can carry like a generator or something back there. I just didn't have time to get around getting a hitch for that. So we're just going to stuff the car. And honestly, I got a little bit more room than I originally thought. So I figured I'd show you guys what I'm going to bring, and if I'm maybe missing something that you guys think would be smart, you could probably comment down below and tell me that I'm an idiot and that I should probably bring something. So I figured I'd just show you. I'm going to do an oil change on the car before I leave. I'm also going to change plugs, but that'll probably be Saturday because today's Thursday, and I just don't have really the time to do that. I just wanted to get this all kind of packed up and figured out first, because an oil change and spark plugs really doesn't take that long to do, except that I got to drop the whole effing header. Anyway, show you what I got. And all right, so first things first, I actually have another starter and an alternator on order. They're just not here yet, so I'll have 2 spares of those. But what I did decide to do is I run the stock 1989 fuel pump in the car, and it's just hooked up to a fuel regulator and returns back to the pump so that the pump doesn't overheat. So it's just the stock one. So I figured, you know, it's probably a good idea to bring a spare pump, brand new, just in case. And anytime you change a pump, you want to have a filter. If I have to change a pump, I'll be putting a filter on too, plus the sock, or the screen, whatever you want to call it. This is what sits in the bottom of the tank when it draws the fuel up. I do not, for the purist, I do not have a trap door. If I'm on the road and I got to change the pump, it's just gonna have to be Nick's calling me. Nick, you're gonna have to wait. I'm just gonna have to drop the rear end. I know that you don't have to actually fully drop the rear end. You can actually get away with just kind of maneuvering it out, but I'll cross that bridge when that time comes. Also, I got a spare horn. I do have my horn wired up right now. I don't know how well you guys are gonna be able to see this, but I got the horn hooked up and hung right there. I also got the trans fan wired. I just brought it because the way I have it wired might be the most ideal, but you do need it for Rocky Mountain Race Week. I have this hot post here that's coming off of a charge from the alternator post. I have my lead fan wire and horn wire, and it goes up to a fuse block inside, runs to switches inside the car. This one's my radiator, this one's my transmission fan, and this one over here is the horn, so if I hit this, power's on. I got a cute little horn. So just in case during tech that horn stops working, I got a spare one. This is the oil that's going to be going in the car for the oil change before I leave. Got another case of VR1 1030 Valvoline oil. I do plan on changing the oil during race week, probably about halfway through, I'd say 700 or 800 miles. I'm going to do an oil change. I'm going to bring that canister too. I'm going to empty whatever's in there and clean it up really, really good so that I have somewhere to change the oil. Brake clean, that's definitely not enough, but I'm pretty conservative with my brake clean, so maybe it'll be enough. If not, I'm sure some race weekers would be willing to help out a little bit if I need a little bit. Spare plugs, if I have to change plugs. I also got a tire patch kit. You know, just just in case you're in the middle of nowhere, you get a nail on your tire. I'm also going to be bringing some spare plug wires. I've actually had these for a while, and they've actually been my spares. The reason for is these plugs run really close to the header tubes. It's just the way Doug's they form these tubes to fit this style car. So they get really close to the header, and I actually already melted one pretty bad. And this has been on, and it was temporary, and so that's just been my spare for almost a year and a half, just in case I burn one up. Towels, gonna need those. I got spare V-belts. So for whatever reason, I have been chewing the heck out of my alternator belt. I don't know if there's an edge somewhere on here. It feels pretty good, but I mean, I don't get what it was. It broke a belt at Street Machine, and then I had charging issues, and I think I have that kind of figured out now. I sure hope so. But I figured I'd bring 2 extra belts just in case this one breaks, and I got to change belts on the side of the road. So that's pretty much all that I'm going to be bringing. I don't know if you guys will even remember or even saw. Before this year, I bought a new carburetor, exactly like the one that's on it, except this one is a 650. Well, I had some issues with the needle and seat on this one. It got stuck open on the secondary bowl, and it was just dumping fuel into the intake. So I kind of just boxed that one up, put it back for now, because I was just at the point, I was just like, I just want to get the car running. So I put this one back on, and it's tuned right, well, I wouldn't say right, but it's tuned pretty good. So I left that alone, and I'm playing with the idea of bringing that as a spare, and if something were to happen to that carburetor, I'd have a spare, and then I'd just transfer the needle and seat from that one into this to see if it fixes it. So let me know if it'd probably be a smart idea to bring that. I have some stuff in the car right now. I got a fuel jug in case I run out of fuel. I get about 100 miles to the gallon. Got my helmet. In here is a box of AMSOIL transmission fluid. Also, I'm going to be bringing jump pack just in case. In here, if you have a 3rd gen, you know that this is a nice little compartment. Well, in the inside, I kind of just ripped it out just because when I pulled the interior apart, it just kind of fell out. So I just ripped it off. These are basically spare radiator fans that are in here, but they're off of the old radiator fan setup. But I figured it'd probably be a smart idea to bring these just in case I burn both of those fans out or something happens to them. Rain-X water repellent spray. Down at the bottom, there's jumper cables in case that's dead. Back here, I got a mini jack. Super lightweight. Max lift is like 3,000 pounds, or what's recommended the max lift be. But it lifts this car up. I got a 1/2-inch torque wrench, and then my 3/8 torque wrench in there, and then my handle is a 2-piece, so that's broke down. I got my race gear in the middle, jacket, pants. That is a spare transmission fan, just in case that one that's on the car kind of poops out. Fan in there for the hotel. You gotta have that white noise. On the passenger side, I got 2 gallons of water for the radiator in case I burn some water or leak or something, and then a little bit of rear end fluid just in case. 2 jack stands, and then a couple fire extinguishers as well. Also, what I'll be bringing is, I haven't shown you guys this. I ordered an electric water pump kit from CVF out of New Prague, Minnesota. I wanted to put this all on before race week, but I started having the electrical issues with the car, so I just left it in the box. And to be honest now, I'm not even sure I'm going to keep it on. Or to be honest now, I don't even know if I'm going to put it on. I honestly might sell it after race week. I'm going to be bringing pop-up tent so that we don't die in the heat. I doubt it's going to be as hot as it was the first race week of the year. I think when I was watching 1320's videos, it was like, it probably had to be over 100 degrees every day. That looked like it was just sucked. So I'm bringing that. In here, this is basically all my tools. Anything I think I need, I put in here. This was a tool bag I bought off Amazon. You know, I was able to fit quite a bit in there. I got drill bits, I got mic, I got sockets, cutters, everything for wiring. A couple screwdrivers I think I need. Some adjustable wrenches in the front, all the other wrenches. I got, in this little pocket right here, I got thread tape, I got thread tape, I got thread locker in blue and red, and I also got some RTV. And then tape measure for, I don't know why I'm bringing that, but why not? This is the box from the wiring harness that's in my car. So when you rewire the whole car, every wiring harness is going to give you a ton of wiring so that you have stuff to work with. So I have leftover wire in here, so I'm bringing the whole box. It's still got wires in there. There's a couple little spools of wire that I'm bringing too. In here, I definitely made sure to bring a bunch of wiring stuff, electrical tape. I got battery terminals. I got these also battery cable ends just in case. I got blue, yellow, red, everything, connectors, spade, butt connectors. Started unpacking some of this stuff. Some of this stuff you'll actually see on Saturday, which would still be this video. No, I'm just gonna kind of merge it together. But anyway, let's get to packing and washing the car. I don't know how much packing I'm gonna film because that looks incredibly boring, but sir, that is a house cat.
He was pawing at the door. He misses you.
This is Nova. People are curious why I have a cat named Nova, but I drive a Camaro. He was pre-named, and I'm too lazy to change it, even though he doesn't even own it or know his own name. He kills mice. I mean, he beats the life out of some of them. He doesn't even bite them. He just knocks them out. All right, I'm gonna get packing sort of and dread this whole thing. All right, so I got the whole car packed. I did not film any of it because I'm sure you guys don't care. So this is V1 of packing. The jack is buried. Probably not ideal, but realistically, there's not that much in front of it if I have to use it. If this is how it is gonna stay, move this, move that, move those boxes, move that, and then the wiring case, and then I just set it to the side, use the jack. I got the brake clean stuffed in here, canopy, jug. This is all the same. I wanted to leave this open for duffel bags, blankets if co-pilot is gonna bring one. There's tons of room right there too, but in here, I just set the oil up and then put the stands, adjusted them, put the water and stuff right there. I probably should try and even out some of the weight because I measured the wheel gap from here to here, the fender, and there's like 1/4 inch of a difference. The springs on this are pretty solid, but you know, I did have a little bit of a rub, really hard bumps that just kind of like just touched this. So I did hammer this edge out, and I don't think you're gonna see any of that. I hammered this edge up a little bit just to, you know, give it a little bit of a round edge in case this tire hits. So I'll have to make sure to check the edges of the tire here, probably in the first drive at the first check stop, because if it's, you know, getting into the tire, then I'll just adjust everything and make the weight even. But I don't really think that's that much weight anyway. But I'm gonna get to changing the oil and washing the car, changing plugs, but that's gonna be Saturday because I don't want to do it today. Man, this is gonna be a lot of talking. You guys are gonna get bored, aren't you? You'll be fine. Well, I got the car washed, so I figured I'd drive it to dry it off. Just want to get some heat in it before I possibly do anything stupid. when I was like saying I should probably transfer the weight on the car. So I wasn't sure if there was too much on one side. Well, it's definitely too much on one side. It's a tough break. Oops. At least the other side's good. Oh, I'm an idiot. Damn. Well, I better check that up and check that out. Fuck. So, it looks pretty bad on the video, but it's really not that deep. You know, it's just like kind of just took a little bit of the edge of the tread off, and it doesn't seem like it's like, because this is just tread. This is just the contact patch. And then right in like this groove area is factory, and it's just about not even that deep. Basically all the way down. Same thing here. I can, like, my fingernail's not really even in it. Right here it's just kind of like grazed, sort of, I guess. Right here, peel a little bit off, and then it gets pretty gnarly right there. Yeah. I'm an idiot. This whole time I was like, man, the car sounds weird, and it was coming from that side. Little did I know I was shredding a tire. So maybe I talk to a couple people, see if they, you know, maybe I run this, or I don't know. This part kind of sketches me out just a little bit, but maybe it'll be all right. Oof.
Thousands of tears later.
Hey man, aren't you supposed to work on your car today?